Welcome to the Grinning Goats review of Duelyst. This is ADWCTA.
This is Merps. For this month, we are sponsored by Duelyst, which is a free-to-play card game, and we want to make this video to sort of show off exactly what Duelyst has to offer.
It's kind of a card game. It's like half of a card game and half of like, I don't know, like Final Fantasy Tactics or something.
Yeah, it's I guess it would be more like just a collectible game.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, there are cards. Okay, like if you guys like the stuff on the bottom here, these are all cards. And we'll go into some of the functions later. But this is like a set game between me and Merps where we are just ending turns so we can show you what's going on. But it's, I don't know, you want to talk a little about your experience with Duelyst first?
Sure. So ADWCTA and I have played a few games of Duelyst, and we're obviously already the best in NA, right? You have proclaimed yourself
best
the
in
best
positioning,
yeah,
which is very important in this game.
Right.
Unlike some other games that we may or may not play.
So here, ADWCTA is asserting dominance onto the board. But we played a few games, and I really like the game in terms of just the depth in strategy and the many new mechanics that I had to learn, right? It's not that Hearthstone is too easy for me nowadays, but it is. I mean,
you have played Hearthstone for how long, and Duelyst for how long? It's like a fresh game, right? Like if you never played it before.
Yeah.
And one of the things that mechanics can do, like you can have cool mechanics, and Merps will tell you some of the interesting mechanics they have. But like a lot of it is because of positioning. It's like because everything's positioning, like all the positioning matters so much. Like here's my hero over here, and these are minions that I've been placing on the board. You can move your hero every turn, and then you can do a move. So you can hide, you can block, like actually block, not just place a taunt minion and hope for the best, right? Like, because there's an actual board, and it opens up a lot of strategy. And you guys know me, you know I really don't care about positioning when it comes to Hearthstone at all, even though I probably should a little bit. But in Duelyst, I think, personally, better at positioning than Merps because I care so much about it. Because in this game, it actually matters. It's like half of the whole entire game, how you set up your minions. And so it really brings a new dimension, into the game, just the fact that they have a board.
Yeah. So before we go into sort of the differences, let's talk about some similarities, right? Because there are many similarities as well. It's a turn-based system, as you've seen. You know, ADWCTA has done stuff on his turn. I've done stuff on my turn. But, you know, we're trying to be friendly. We're not attacking each other. This is sort of we've called it a collectible card game. You can call it like just a collectible game in general, where there are packs, and in this game they're known as orbs. You get cards out of them, and you can play constructed games or arena games, which in Duelyst is known as Gauntlet. And I think one similarity that Hearthstone players will feel comfortable with is in Duelyst you also have sort of these generals with hero powers, and in this game they're known as bloodbound spells. So, you know, instead of Uther and Jaina, we have like Lilith, Blythe Chaser, and Argion Highmane. We both have sort of hero powers that you can't use every single turn. You can use every other turn starting from, your third turn. But I think these are sort of the factors that Hearthstone players will feel very comfortable with, and will just be like, oh yeah, I've done this before. This is familiar to me.
Okay. And so what will they not be familiar with?
Oh my gosh, too many things. Too many things. You just summoned an 8/8 in my face.
I did just summon an 8/8 in your face because it is like turn 6. So, you know, I don't want to go into like too many specifics and be like how to play Duelyst because we're like not too good at it. I think we got like 3 wins in the arena or something. Although Merps was undefeated in like ranked in Duelyst until I beat him in a friendly match with a basic deck, no less. Anyway. So besides placement, one of the cool things that Duelyst does is this bar down here, they're your cards, right? But every turn you can replace one card. So you can basically repeatedly mulligan cards. You draw a card every turn, but the game remains like very like late game friendly because you can always replace your cards one a turn, and you can do it at any time during the turn. So it really allows you to actually use your cards, and you're not afraid of putting a card in your deck that you may like get stuck with at a certain point in the game and it becomes a dead card, right? Like there's nothing worse than just having dead cards in your hand. So I really, really like this replace mechanic. And all classes have it. It's not like a class-specific thing. So that, I think, really opens up the game a lot and creates, like, this whole new level of strategy also. It's just overall, like, a more complicated game than Hearthstone.
Yes. I think the replace system is fantastic, just because it creates more consistency in your deck, right? A lot of people complain that in Hearthstone, it's you know, a huge part of whether you win or lose is just sort of your draws, like, and not just your draws later on in the game. It's just like, what is your opening hand, right? And sometimes you get that 1, 2, 3 curve, and you just win. Like, whoever gets that wins. So I think the replace system creates a much higher level of consistency, which is pretty cool. You feel like you have more control. So obviously, you know, we've already talked about the grid system, but I think this needs to be emphasized a little bit more. This is just okay, I think this is appropriate, mostly just because I was going to talk about the fact that, you know, your hero is extremely active, right? Yep. Your general is one of the strongest minions that you will have. And, you know, even though the objective...
You know he's not a minion, right? You know he's like you. Like, you are on the board. You are not like... This is not Magic the Gathering where you're some weird planeswalker that's summoning stuff. And this is not Hearthstone where you're like a wussy hero hiding behind a line of minions. You are like right there in this battle. And you are hitting me and casting spells, and I don't know what those spells are, but they're hurting. So why don't we talk about some of the specific mechanics that you can get into because of the positioning system and the fact that they're heroes. Like, I'll start with one, which is something I did, which is I put an artifact on my hero. And yes. Artifacts are like, I don't know, enchantments in Magic, or no equivalency in Hearthstone. Maybe like a buff or something. And they just stick around on your hero until they get used up, like they have charges. At least mine does. And they just gave my hero an extra attack, and it cost no mana, and it was just a card, and it's probably a really bad card. But I'm playing a basic deck here. But it's just, you know, it's one more level of stuff. It's more complicated. And with things like artifacts, it's really just something like Hearthstone's missing. Like Magic had it. Most card games have some system of enchantment or artifact, and so that's one of the mechanics that Duelyst will have.
That is true. Another, I think, very unique mechanic that Duelyst has, which is possible because of the grid system. You have ranged minions, right? So ranged minions are basically minions that can attack from anywhere, and they don't get attacked back, which sounds OP. And to be honest, whenever I face it in Gauntlet mode, I think it is super OP. But this also creates sort of tension and dynamic in positioning and in movement, where whenever they drop a range minion, you know, you want to sort of try to rush it down. If you don't have the hard removal, if you don't have the damage to take care of it, you know, it creates this unique tension, right? Where you have, what would you do? You keep on throwing 10-10s in my face, dude.
That's all I got, man. It's a basic deck filled with 10-10s.
So you have range minions versus like melee minions. You also have battle pets, which I think is just pretty fun. Battle pets are basically overstated minions, but you can't control them, right? Which I think is great. You know, Duelyst leverages a lot of sort of different mechanics and says, all right, well, have more stats. You just can't control this thing. And when it comes back to your turn,
like, it just walks around and it like hits random stuff. And they're adorable, but they're pretty useless. At least in my experience, or maybe I just have very bad RNG. Because they don't have like that many extra stats, but it's a different, like, and the thing is, they're very predictable in a way because they don't actually walk around randomly. They just hit whatever's closest to them. I'm pretty sure they have like set AI patterns that you can like exploit whether you have them or when you like are facing them. So it's not like it's total RNG and, you know, no skill involved in that. But one thing I want to talk about, which was really interesting to me, was when you do a draft for their arena system, which is called Gauntlet. There are cards in there that's literal, like, they're arena specific cards that don't exist elsewhere because their card ability is your next like X number of cards will be like epics or whatever. So you actually like get to affect the draft within the draft. So you can imagine like a system like that, similar for, I mean, the only ones I've seen here are the ones for like epics and like rares and whatever. You know, if you're talking like maybe an application with Hearthstone or something, you can think, well, maybe you get a Murloc that's like a 3-mana 3/3, and the text is your next 3 picks will be Murlocs, right? Like, imagine something like that that'll really be able to actually bring combos and things like that into the arena. So that's like a really interesting idea that I never even considered. And it's an interesting addition to Duelyst arena mode, and you could tell they put, you know, actual effort into it.
Which it very, very appreciated.
Yeah.
Yes. So I guess those are some similarities and differences. We've been talking about the Gauntlet mode, but specifically, you know, what is the Gauntlet mode? The Gauntlet mode is the arena, I guess, you know, play mode of Duelyst, in which you choose one of 3 random cards. So very familiar. To create a 30-card deck. Once again, very familiar. Even the reward system should feel very comfortable, because you are playing until you either reach 12 wins or 3 losses, and at 7 wins you basically go infinite. And at 12 wins, I think there's a good chance you get a key to open up, you know, a box with cosmetics, which I'm kind of jealous that Duelyst offers this, because I want like additional cosmetics whenever I get 12 wins at Hearthstone. So,
yeah, instead of paying however much for the heroes, or playing like Heroes of the Storm quests.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. But so that's sort of the overall summary of Duelyst. Once again, we are sponsored by Duelyst this month. We hope you guys check out the game. I have really enjoyed my experience, although let's be honest, I kind of suck at the game. But, I was really kind of I was hit pretty hard by the strategy and the depth of the game, and I don't know. To be fair, I walked in, I was fairly confident. I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at Hearthstone. This should, you know, transition into Duelyst. And while there are some similarities and some things that I can, you know, take into this game, the learning curve has been very steep. And I've really enjoyed not only learning about positioning, but just looking at the minions that they offer, the heroes, and it's kind of a fresh start.
I will say this, like, looking at this, it looks really, really complicated, and we keep talking about how complicated it is, but it's actually pretty easy to, like, pick up and learn. Like, when you're actually playing, it feels a lot less complicated than when you're watching. I remember when I was watching Duelyst before on other streamers, I was like, oh my god, this is, like, ridiculously complicated. And you know how I feel about things that are very complicated and difficult. I try to avoid it and do things I'm good at, and that, you know, are more simple and able to be mastered, even if they're difficult, right? But I just don't like a ton of moving pieces. My brain doesn't work that way. But once I, like, actually sat down and, like, paid attention and, like, studied, like, a couple of Merps' games, I just jumped in and played, and it was like I knew what I was doing. There was, like, some hiccups with, like, mechanics, or I didn't know this did that, or I had to keep reading. But generally, it's very, like, you move, you summon minions, your minions move, they attack, you make sure you replace, you remember you have this hero power thing that can be used. And then it's pretty easy to pick up. Although you will always feel like you have no idea what you're doing. Like, you know, I don't know how many hours I played of this, but I still feel like I have almost no idea what I'm doing after, like, turn 4. So it definitely spirals into a lot of depth. And in terms of what, like, if you're a Hearthstone player, and if you're watching us, you probably are. Some of the things that I miss from Hearthstone that is in Duelyst is it does get, like, really cluttered. Like, if you look at this, I can mentally figure out what is going on, but you see, like, some of the spaces. Like, some of the spaces actually have things on them because Merps' guy creates spaces that poison the ground. Like, there's a lot of things to keep track of, especially as the game gets to the later turns. And so it's less, like, you're less able to go on autopilot the way you sometimes can in Hearthstone. And At least I haven't found a good way to go like super aggressive here, mostly because your hero hits back. So whenever your minions hits your opponent, it just dies because your opponent has 2 damage. So it naturally counters aggro a bit, and so every game becomes kind of like a slightly more drawn out battle than you might be used to with Hearthstone. Like, you can't just go smork without thinking about anything, or you can, but it won't feel as smorky because your minions will actually be dying as they attack.
Yep. No, I agree. This is definitely a game that is, I guess, easy to pick up and very, very difficult to master, right? But
hey, remember when we started this video, you were like, I was like, oh, let's talk 5 minutes about it, and you were like, no, it should not even be 5 minutes. It should be way less than 5 minutes.
How many times have we gone over
God.
our expected time, right? Anyways, I think that is the cue for us to transition.
You want to end this battle? You want to end this battle before we transition? I feel like I've been just like standing here about to die for like the last couple turns.
You have, and now.
Oh wow, that made everything a lot bigger.
It did. Aha! Victory! So guys, we are sponsored by Duelyst this month. Please check out the game. We have a link on the bottom. Please click on it to download it. Try it yourself. They give you a lot of orbs at the start. Go play the Gauntlet. Anyways, here, next we will be showing you a game in which ADWCTA and I skillfully navigate ourselves through many difficulties and bouts of ignorance.
And by skillfully, we mean it's pretty hilarious. It's good because we are really bad. This was like in the very beginning too. This is not like we actually really knew what we were doing. All right. Until next time, this is ADWCTA.
This is Merps. Enjoy the game, guys.
No, I'll figure it out.
You figure it out? Okay, man. All right, we're 1 and 2.
I can actually do technology.
ADWCTA sounds like a made-up name. Well, to be fair, it is. it is a made-up name. All right. You know what? I'll share screen just so you can see the deck again. All right.
It's okay. I know the deck.
You know the deck. All right.
I gotta memorize. It is the only Duelyst deck I've ever seen.
That is true. Oh yeah, we have two. We have 2 Arctic Displacers, the 10-4 airdrop.
And they haven't done anything because we haven't played them.
Okay, alright. That's true. That's true. Alright, we're facing Raging Sun. Okay. Can you spectate? I'm in.
I'm spectating. See,
You're spectating?
I figured it out.
You figured it out! Okay.
I was gonna figure it out.
Aspect of the Ravager.
That's how I figured it out.
Okay.
It wasn't like a symbol or anything.
One
it
drop.
was just like the English.
Do you want to get rid of the 4 and we can get rid of the 4.
The aspect of the Ravager, which seems really unusable for a really long time.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Yep. Wow. You don't need me to like click for you, which is when you don't even know the cards. That is just the worst, right?
Yeah.
That really is just the worst.
It really slows us down too much. Wait, are we Voth the Immortal? No, we're not. We're Fae Bloodwing.
Yes. Good job.
Good. We want to be players too, because we can actually drop a minion.
Yes. So we can get the format. Also, we can replace something. You want to replace the 7-drop? We can't.
Yes, I don't want the 7-drop.
Okay. Ordering. Frostiva. Cool.
All right, go forward 2 steps.
Yeah. Okay.
And put that Putrid Dread Flyer on the board.
Onto the space, or
yeah, because if you put it on here, you get 5 mana next turn.
No, you get 4 mana this turn. You don't. It's only this turn.
Oh, so then you could do the Blood Terror Alchemist, but it doesn't deal any damage to anything.
Yeah. So it
just says deal 1 damage to an enemy. Can it be anywhere? Yeah. I think it can be anywhere. It doesn't say next to you.
So I guess you could just deal it to him.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to. Putrid?
Yeah, Putrid.
Okay. And then Alchemist, away from us, and then deal 1 damage to him. Try to. Alchemist. below the Putrid, I guess?
No. He can still reach that, can't he? Yeah, he can still reach that and hit it if he wants. Below you.
Oh, below us. Okay.
Below you, yeah.
Sure. Yep.
See? Positioning master! In the house.
He got Elven Archer, man. Dude.
It's not an Elven Archer, it's like OP Elven Archer.
Merps, if you have flyers or range, you want to play him back behind you? I guess, but I want to do the thing. Like, get it on the coin, you know? Maybe that's wrong. It's probably wrong. Like, Scotty, you know this game much better than we do. By the way, guys, feel free to share, like, what is the better play?
Okay, so this is pretty easy, right? You move yourself down left and you hit that thing and you move the 2/1 to kill it, so just to protect your flying. You fly to get the other one, right? So that you can cast Frostiva.
Yeah.
Which, yes, pretty good.
Okay, so let's fly this guy to the mana thing.
Yep, fly the guy to the mana.
Alright, and then we double
kill yourself down left, yep.
Yep.
Hit that 4/3, and then you sacrifice your 2/1 into it. We should replace a card. Did you replace anything yet?
No.
We should probably replace
Wolfraven. It's not like doing anything.
What, the Wolfraven?
Yeah.
But it may combine with the next card. Like, Seraphim's the one we can't play for like a few more turns. I'd replace the Seraphim.
Okay.
Because we get 5 mana next turn.
Ooh. Do we just provoke this guy? Or you want to get the Frostiva?
No, Frostiva.
Where?
Frostiva out's good.
Where?
Because he can't.
Where?
In front of you.
Where?
Right in front of you. In front of you. In front of you.
Okay.
In front of you. Sorry, I forgot my most important job.
Dude, if you're gonna call yourself the position master, you gotta give me that position, man.
Hey,
all
man,
right?
I've been on point this whole game with my positioning. All right. You see, this thing has a force field, which is like a divine shield, and that guy only deals 2 damage. So he has to like hit it 3 times to be able to kill it. And each time this guy deals damage, attacks or is attacked, you summon another 3/3. So you can't do anything about this guy. So you want to get him out early, and then you want to generate all your 3/3s.
Wait, he can give himself 1 more attack.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He didn't know that either. It's okay. It's okay, dude. It's okay. It's fine. Wait, force field. Cancel the first damage taken each turn.
Good. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so you gotta. I don't know what you're replacing yet. Give a friendly minion on your opponent's side of the battlefield +5/+5. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. But we could Golden Justicar later. Move forward 2 steps with your dude. Your dude, not the 3/3. Your main guy.
Yeah.
Then you hit that force field.
Yeah, we can hit, and then we can buff like fly the guy in, and then
you move your 3/3 to the middle top.
Yeah.
And then you hit the 4/3 once.
Well, you want to buff it then?
Nope. 3/3 up to the top left.
Yep.
Hit the 4/3.
Okay.
Hit him. Yep. Do that. Use up your force shield. You generate a 3/3. Awesome. Now take your 2/4. Move it to like next to his like 2/24, but blocking your 3/3. I guess you can't really block your 3/3.
No.
All right, so just move it next to your 3/3 anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then buff it, attack him?
Yeah, buff it and attack.
So good at this game. By the way, I totally forgot this thing also had force field. Wait, this thing is like so OP.
Wait, did he get force field again? No, how did he get a force field again?
The first damage taken each turn.
Oh my god, seriously?
Yeah.
That's an insane thing.
Yeah, that's kind of insane, isn't it? No!
Oh good, we're not a minion.
Yeah, that would kind of be OP, you know?
Hey man, I don't know this game well enough.
You obviously don't. We could just box him in and play Provoke.
Huh?
You can just, like, the Provoke guy.
The Provoke guy? Why do we need to provoke? What's the point of provoking?
It protects us, and it prevents him from moving. He has to attack it. Provoke means it stops them from moving.
Yeah, but why do we care about that?
Alright, do you want Mulligan something? I really think the Wolf Raven is not doing crap.
I think we play the Wolf Raven and the Golden Mantella this turn, no? Because it's like we're on the opposing side right now. It's like a lot of damage, no?
Sure, okay.
So I think we replace like the Voice of the Wind.
Fine.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Play the 2/3/3s, bring the 7/7 down to attack.
You want to place the 7/7 behind him?
No, place it in front of him. Like, so okay, move the 7/7 down 1, hit him.
Okay.
Place the 4/2 right now below on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. Use your face, hit the 2/8, move yourself up.
And no, I can't move up anymore after I.
Oh, well then place the 3/3 somewhere else. Wherever.
Fine. He's flying, so it doesn't really matter.
And you shouldn't have hit him. I didn't know you couldn't. Just in case this guy could deal 11 damage to you in one turn or something.
I don't think he can. Yeah, but yeah, it was not necessary.
So
Play
you
the
can't
frog
hit
first to
move.
check the pet.
You can only hit
that's
at the very
true.
end. Wait, so you can only hit at the very end? You can't attack and then move?
No, you can move and attack, but you can't attack and move.
I see.
Wait, what the... Oh, he has range now. That doesn't matter, he's dead. Yeah!
Wait, how's he dead? How'd he die? He took damage even though our guy was in range?
No,
just because
no, he conceded. He conceded.
Oh, he conceded, okay.
Did you notice he said, I concede this battle to you?
No.
No, obviously not.